So, kind of, taking some stuff from the last story that we told. Like I said, I did go to Florida, and, I'm one of those people that...
Hold on, Florida. First of all, doesn't Florida suck? Yes, Florida's cool because it's a destination, right? Florida as a destination, I'm not saying sucks, but Florida as a state where you're gonna live for an extended period of time would be a terrible place to live.
No, I know what you mean, because I lived on the beach before, and it was, like, cool for, like, a week, and then, the beach activities just get kind of old and boring, and, like, it's the same thing. You go to the beach every day, I completely understand. It's more of a place to vacation, if anything.
Yeah, as a destination, it's
or
nice
maybe retire. It would be pretty cool to retire there. When you're older and your grandchildren.
Well, the thing is, it's just the humidity and the overall look of everything. I just don't like.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it does take some getting used to. It's a lot different than where we live, and it's a lot different in other places that I lived. But like I said, I'm one of those people that Googles everything and figures out all the answers, whatever. And I like to read a lot of news on Yahoo. That's my primary source of news. So the night before I was getting ready, like literally, I was about to go to bed. I was just like, let me just read the top 4, get my news for tonight. Because I had been busy all day. I'd been working 8 to 5, got off of work, picked up Lindsay, hang out with her, watch a movie, had to finish packing, make sure I have, so many underwear, so many this, so many shorts, so many shirts, fishing gear.
Packing.
Exactly, like packing. I hate packing. I hate unpacking more than packing.
No.
And what I found
Here's the thing about packing. You know that feeling when you have to decide because you're out of room. Okay, what is it going to be, this or this? You pack it. You get there. You're
and
like,
then you need that, exactly. But I really hated packing for soccer games because like you would pack and like quadruple check, and then you get on the bus and somehow like it's just not there.
Imagine that, but going to another state.
Yeah, where it's like really impossible to do anything.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. But so I'm getting ready to go, and I'm one of the people that if I find something like really bad, then that's all I can think about. Like for example, last time I was in Florida, it was during Shark Week, and all I could think about was
live every week like it's Shark Week.
Yeah, exactly. Myles B. Live every week like it's Shark Week. And so all I could think about was in the water. I'm gonna get killed by a shark. This is the number 75 beach for shark attacks, and it's just my luck that I would be attacked by a shark.
And it's
I'm going to Corpus. I'm going to Corpus next week, so let's just hope and pray that doesn't happen. But like I said, I saw something on the news that really freaked me out. And, the exact title was, Al-Qaeda have found new way to smuggle bombs onto planes. Literally the night, like, 4 hours before I'm about to leave to the airport to ride a plane.
Oh, my God.
So I'm like, oh, my God, I'm going to die. Like, this is no way. Like, literally, karma coming in again. I said, I'm thinking everything's going better than expected. I see this, and I'm just like, oh, my God, I'm going to die.
I'm not going out like this.
I'm going to die. So before I go, I'm like, okay, I have this key that's kind of sharp, if I need to stab. So I start finding little weapons that I can find, like, oh, this key's kind of sharp.
Oh, look, dude, has it ever been late at night, you're the only one in your house, and you hear something?
And you, like, grab something to defend yourself?
Yeah, last night when I get home, I'm the only one in my house, right? And I swear I see a light flicker, right? So I'm looking around to try and find something that I can use as a weapon before I go check it out, and I can't find anything. So I end up picking up, like, a 10-pound weight.
Dude, that's a good weapon.
Yeah,
it's kind of awkward to, I'm going to shot put this at your face.
I feel your pain. I know exactly where you are right now.
Okay, so I'm trying to find, I'm like, okay, my Nintendo DS is a stylus. I can use that, because I'm the person who still uses the Nintendo DS1. So,
lame.
Exactly, stuff that's not going anymore.
Get on that 3DS, man.
Anyway, so I'm in the airport, and, I'm looking at my terminal, I'm looking for people, I get past security, no problem. And I'm looking at people that are being stopped at security, maybe, okay, I'm making sure this guy's not on my plane. So I sit down, and I know this sounds kind of racist or profiling, but I'm gonna be honest. I was looking for people, of Indian descent. That's just
Middle Eastern
descent. Exactly.
I don't have to worry about Indian people.
Yeah, and there's just different things about all that but that's what I was looking for. If anyone's gonna do this, I'm also looking for people in the army because I know if anything goes down, those people are trained for that. Yeah. They could kill someone with like the wrapper of the mint that they give them. Like they can somehow find a way to MacGyver that thing into a freaking weapon.
And you're just hoping in the back of your mind that the army guy is not a computer guy.
Exactly.
Or a doctor.
Yeah. Oh, I'm actually the medic. Yeah, that's what this patch is for.
So when all of y'all are shanked, I can help you guys out.
Anyway, so I get on this plane, and as I'm sitting there, I'm not on the plane yet. We're about to board. And literally 3 people in front of me. There's an Indian guy with no luggage. I'm just like, well, damn, this would happen to me.
I'm going out like this.
This guy has a bomb in his arm, probably. That
Wait, what was the way that they could?
It's surgically implanting the bomb. It's not like you can't see it. It's surgically in your body, and it just activates at a certain time. I don't even know how they activate it. And it said, it's not a threat that you should worry about soon, but it is a threat. So I'm like, man, I'm going to die. So we're in the plane, everything's fine. I'm thinking, okay, if he's gonna blow us up, we're gonna be at like 30,000 feet. So I'm flipping through the pages of this little booklet, how to survive a flight, whatever, like falling from 30,000 feet. Then there's 4 steps. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me why every single page, like every single step, has a different looking person. There's a black guy, a Mexican guy, a pregnant woman, and a little kid. I was like, ma'am, which one is the safest?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm Mexican, but I feel like the black guy has the safest.
I feel like the black guy has the safest posture. I really don't want to, hurt my neck at all. So, and I'm like thinking, wait, I've seen a lot of Hollywood movies. A plane falling from like 50 feet blows up like the freaking Death Star. So I'm like, I'm screwed. This guide is not even gonna help me. So we get on the plane, and we're it's an hour-long flight to the destination that we're going to, and that flight transits to another flight. So I'm in the plane, and the guy gets up, the Indian guy gets up, and he's pacing like he's looking at everybody, and he's counting, or he's saying something in his head, and he's like, it almost looks as if he's looking at everybody and counting his steps. And he spends about like 20 minutes in the bathroom.
Wow.
And so he comes out, and I'm like, oh my god.
Hey, you spent 20 minutes in the bathroom, you never know what he could have been doing.
People probably thought I was a terrorist. So I'm thinking like, oh my god, he is literally everything I've ever seen on 9/11. He's doing everything. So I'm sitting here, freaking. I'm starting to sweat. I don't like being in airplanes. I don't like heights. I am freaking out right now.
So you're genuinely scared, or you're scared for the
genuinely scared that this guy is going to blow up like this plane. So I get my key out and my DS, like I'm gonna freaking dual wield on this guy. And so I see the fasten seatbelt sign come up, and the pilot says, we're starting to descend from 35,000 feet. We're about to be in Atlanta. So I'm like, oh my god, we made it. We're about to land. Any terrorist is gonna be stupid to blow something up when we land.
Yeah.
Like, you're not really gonna do much collateral damage. So I'm thinking, okay, we made it. Like, thank God, I'm safe. Start doing a little prayer.
Come to think of it, how much collateral damage can you really do going from San Antonio to Atlanta?
You can hijack the plane and take it anywhere.
Oh yeah, good point.
So this guy, mind you, the light is already on. We're already starting to descend. Pilot says, turn off your electronics, turn off everything, stay seated. Tell me why this guy stands up in the middle of our landing process. I'm like,
my goodness.
Oh my god, this dude has a damn bomb. Like this, and it's so quiet in this airplane. You can drop a pin. Like the hostess behind me.
You can hear a pin drop.
Oh, sorry, whatever. My bad. I'm just getting into the story. I'm so freaked out, like telling the story. Like the person behind me, who's the actual, the person that gives you all your drinks. What is it? The stewardess.
Yeah.
She is freaked out. She is like looking at this guy like he is the Undertaker. Like she is just like, oh my god, about to cry. Like this army guy, like 5 rows ahead of me, starts to get up and like reach in his pocket for something, and I'm thinking, oh my god, this black guy is about to save us. Like this is happening. We're gonna be like the flight that fought back and won.
I'm gonna be on the news.
I was like, yes, and I have my DSI in my hand, like ready for action. And so this guy goes to the bathroom, and he's there, and the army guy gets up to go talk to him. Like, mind you, the plane is landing. Like, I'm already starting to see, people don't look like ants anymore. I can see people, I can see, everything.
Yeah.
And so, the Indian guy comes out of the bathroom, and the Marine looks at him, whatever, and says something, and the guy sits down. And the Marine, I guess he's checking out the bathroom for whatever, and we land, and everything's fine. So I'm like, oh my god, we made it. Like, I can see, like, we're on the ground. Like, if something happens,
you're on the
I've seen, maybe I can make it out. Wow. So, I'm like, oh my god, we made it. This guy pulls out his phone and starts texting. And I was like, oh my god, what was that movie, the bomb movie that just came out? Hurt Locker. I was like, oh my god, it's Hurt Locker.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And so he starts texting.
We are going to die after.
I was like, we are going to die. And the guy, like literally, the door just opened. You have to wait for the first class to exit, and the other class to exit, and everybody else, kind of files out.
Yeah.
This guy just leaves, walks off the plane, like just in front of everybody.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, okay, he's not going to blow himself up. Maybe he released the bomb in the bathtub.
Like, you know what, you go ahead, I'm going to be a little...
Yeah, so, nothing happened. The plane didn't blow up. We were all fine. It was just really scary. And, that, like, it was the scariest moment of my life, like, literally.
Wow.
And, that's we're going to have to end the show. This has been ZGMB.
I'm scared right now.
Exactly. Maybe, before the month is over, before school starts, we're probably going to film again. But if not, our next episode will be, when's our first big break? Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Alright, well, we'll see you in Thanksgiving, guys. Thanks for listening.
Adios.